Morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for watching. My name is Mariah Tolliver. I may look a bit crazy right now because I don't have my contacts in, and I have dark circles under my eyes as well. The reason I don't have my contacts in is because my eyes have been irritating me for over a week now, and just trying to. I just got my medicine yesterday for it, so yeah, it's gonna get better. Not hopefully, but it will get better. And have dark circles under my eyes because I also just found out I lost a lot of weight. Just been going through things mentally, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better because I'm still here. Excuse me. Oh boy. I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying. But hey, I hope you guys are really doing well. So, what I really want to talk about today is the difference between pleasing God and pleasing others. So, in Hebrews 11, it really talks about the only way to really please God is by faith. That is the only way to please Him. And faith is, sorry. So faith is the reality of what we hope for, but what we cannot see physically out of our eyes. And I was like, not doing that as an example. Oh my gosh. Mm. That's why I haven't been on here in a while because my eyes are just really annoying me. But I'm still gonna say it anyway because it's just really important and I know it's what God really wants me to say. And maybe this has something to do with my lesson. I don't know. Because I know God has a sense of humor as well. But okay, I know God has a sense of humor. But yeah, you guys, I'm legally blind actually. That's why I do wear contacts because I can't really clearly see how I look right now if something is on my face or whatever. But I still have a mouth that can say words. So hopefully you're not a shallow person that just looks at me and be like, you're not really pretty enough. I'm not gonna listen to you, you know. But hopefully you are one of those rare breeds that just knows how to listen because let's face it, like no one knows how to listen to anybody. Many people, not no one, many people don't know how to listen to many people these days. So if you actually can listen, and we do be trying to make these videos short, but when God uses me, I don't know how long it's gonna be, and I don't ever want to just stop something just because of someone else's attention span. Because we can always come back to it, but please just listen anyway because I know it's something that God put in my spirit to say. Because I know who I asked to use me, and that is God. I don't ever want to just get on here and just say something that's been on my mind because that's not me at all. That's not me at all. I am someone that does not like attention, but yet is still trying to get your attention. You may ask, like, well, that makes no sense. Okay, let's say there's the narrow and broad road that we may or may not have read about in the Bible. When you're on a narrow road, things are much clearer. You could really just see exactly where you need to go, and that is to God. That's why God says, be on that narrow road. But when you're on the broad road, the road that everyone just tries to fit into because everyone tries to fit in the world so much and do things of the world and be friends of the world. And I understand when you're a friend of the world, you are an enemy to God, okay? But when you just try to fit in and do the things of the world, because Satan is the prince of the air, okay, in the world, all right? And we do fight against flesh and Not we don't fight against flesh and blood, but against principalities and unseen rulers of the unseen world. Just imagine there's the broad road. There are so many distractions and people that just want to get somebody else's attention, whether it's someone that's on YouTube, whether it's celebrities you're paying attention to, or just anything of that sort. They just want attention. This is why you have fans and when this is why you have celebrities when they accept the word saying like, thank you, my fans, I will be nothing without you. And that's just really not the truth. Because they're still, this is just me, they're still nothing. Because another person does not make somebody something. God is the only one that makes us somebody. The only reason I am somebody is because of him. And that's just physically and just also purposely, because he has made me with a purpose. Just like he's made me on purpose, he wakes me up with a purpose, and he knows the purpose that he has for me. And I just want all of us to know that. But it's not ever going to be somebody that makes somebody something unless it's God. And that's just the honest truth. And I just really wish that we all just got that revelation and really would be about our kingdom business instead of somebody else's business that is trying to mess up your life just by gaining money, because they have these people that just wants to tell them this is the only way to make money. Just like Satan came to Jesus and said, I will give you all the nations and kingdoms of the world if you just worship, bow down, and obey me. Come on now, that's crazy. That is so crazy. Like the Son of God, God in the flesh, bow down and obey this little thing right here. Like, come on now. That is like the most amusing thing to me in the Bible. It's very funny. But it's sad because it's what I see people do every single day with these, especially with these celebrities. Just to make money, their master, not God their master. We have no idea how certain scriptures in the Bible just all align together with God's word when if we just get the revelation of why we are here and the purpose that he has for us, Hollywood would not even exist. Satan will have no room to pollute the air with his lies. And we will really just know the truth when we seek God and have faith in him. But because we don't seek him and want to seek other things in the world, we cannot ever come to the knowledge of having faith in him, but in having faith of the things that the world can provide for us, but not what he can provide for us when he created us in the first place. So coming to really know God on my own, like when I was little, up to maybe my late 20s, I'm 33 now, I'll be 34 in June. I have had very low self-esteem. I had no kind of confidence whatsoever. But the moment I really started to know God, I got rebaptized at 16 years old and really came to have a relationship with God when I was 19 or 20. Like, I know how you get rebaptized at 16. Well, it's just like you get rebaptized, but you still are really learning. You are aware of God, but you don't really know God. But going to a church that taught me the importance of having a relationship with God is when I just started having a relationship with him. But I am always going to have a lot of growing to do up until I'm like 80 years old, if I live that long. I don't ever stop growing. Because the moment I think I've reached a certain age, and think like, okay, I have reached my point. I know everything. Then I'm saying that I'm not a child of God, because I can never be convert to being an adult of God. I'm always gonna be forever a child of God. That's it. No matter how old I am. So this is just my experience when I really got to know him and grow in him. Because I just chose to, and because I feared God. I feared God. I really just had nowhere to really go to. Like, I have family that loves me, but it was still just something that was missing in my life. And I know that it was him. But when I really got to know him and just know how loving he is, and that's why I really do say, like, really get to know him, because you will understand so much more than what goes on than what we think. We really will. I still have a lot to know. But I the reason I really do want you to know is because I know it impresses him. It, it pleases him. And the least I can do is talk about the goodness of him. And because I love you, I have to tell you about him. Because I love you and he is love. I'm always going to say get to know God. And I know that's what he wants me to do. And just me not even being a talker and just doing this. And I'm growing in this, because this used to be so nerve-wracking. If you really watch my previous videos, when I like first started at YouTube, or even when I talk on another platform, it's very nerve-wracking, especially the things that I talk about, because I am very transparent with the things that I say. But it can never be about me and things that I went through. But it's really to glorify him, and if anybody else has been through something similar that I've been through. Like, I talk about how I was attracted to the same gender. And that has been that way since it started since I was a little girl. And I was just like, okay. When I was little, I had no knowledge about it, that it was an abomination. But as I got older and I started realizing, I was just like, huh? But because I still didn't know God, I still was just like, okay, I know it's not right, but it still feels natural. Natural. That word right there will really get us in trouble. It's very good to be natural. Like, I have natural hair, natural ingredients that we use in our food. But when it comes to God, and because he is a spirit, we have to see things spiritually. So because I just knew of God and knew what he said about it, I still just like, I still don't understand. Because I just chose to not understand. Because I just chose to not have faith. But really growing in God and just being in his word and growing closer to him, I just understood that, hey, we are all going to have certain things that we've been through, because we're all born sinners. But who am I going to choose? Am I going to choose something that comes natural to me, or choose someone that has chosen me from the very beginning, that loved me unconditionally? Because when I choose myself and what pleases me, how on earth am I pleasing him? And the only way to please him is by faith. And this revelation just really came to me as I'm saying this to you guys, because this was not explained to me in this way as I knew it. Like I knew it, and I prayed on it. I prayed on it. God, just take this away from me. I don't want it. I don't want it. All I want is you. You know, and I would pray this almost every single night because I just didn't want to have these feelings that I was having towards the same gender. I did not want to. And I never act on it. I did. I'll be very honest, I did. But just didn't. Because I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure I had some praying women in my family. But I'm just glad I didn't do the things that I thought of doing. And if I did, I don't even know if I could forgive myself because of the things that I thought. Because our minds can, oh my gosh, our minds could get very filthy sometimes. And I don't want any kind of thoughts in my head that's going to separate me from God, because that's just how much I love him. But it was just by faith and knowing that, hey, I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to keep reading your word. I am going to be very transparent and honest, and I'm not ever going to be someone that's just going to say, I'm coming out. This is me. Coming out to me, my definition of coming out is coming out of my sinful nature and coming into God. That is my coming out. When love is love, when love is me, it's nothing but God. Because when you say that love is love in the LGBT community, yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, the community. When you say that love is love, you're saying that what I love is what I love. But if you really knew love, you would know God. And I'm going to just say it like that, and in that right there of the LGBTQI, y'all know what I mean. Oh my gosh, so many letters. But yeah, that's just something that I just chose to not go down. And I still live in the world, and that's why I really just stay close to God and really read his word when it says knowing the truth. It's worse. It's very terrible for someone to know the truth and then go turn their back against it, whereas someone that does not know the truth. It's better if you just didn't know anything at all. But I know the truth. But I can never just say that this is just who I am if my creator said, this is not what I wanted for you. I want you to choose me. I don't want you to choose yourself. You were not created for yourself. And then what's worse, you are leading others into that lifestyle. It's in the Bible. It's a scripture saying you are causing others to do the same thing. But it's just something that we really need to get to know for ourselves. But, if you are someone or you know someone that is like this, like really just tell them to watch this video, because I understand. I didn't ask for, like, I probably had the same thoughts that they had. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. Why would I choose something that is an abomination that people are going to ridicule for me for? But it just feels so normal. But people fornicate every day. People naturally get mad every single day because it just feels like the right thing to do at that moment. We all fall short. We all fall short of God's glory. But when we really grow in him, the things that we were born into, because we were born sinners, it falls off as we give our life to Christ, saying the life that he died for, that God had to turn his back on because all his sins, all of our sins were on him. All those detestable sins that Jesus died for. So that's why I can't ever just go back, because he didn't have to do that. And it gets to me, y'all. It gets to me because I just always look at somebody like, who am I? But I am someone that he loved. So that's why I always just aim to please him in any way that I can. And that's why I can easily talk about this stuff that I would take to my grave. But because I love him, and because I want his glory to be shown, is why I say what I say, and why I be transparent with you, because I love you. I have nothing to lose. Giving my life to Christ, I have nothing to lose, because I gave my life to him. That's it. So I can't care about what somebody may say, because I'm not here to please anyone. I'm not here to please nobody but him. So it takes faith of just talking about stuff like this, because faith comes by, I'm reading. Faith shows the reality of what we hope for, and it's the evidence of things we cannot see. So I hope for a testimony like mine's. Like, this is not even like the beginning of it. There's just so many things I have really been through in my life. But the main thing that inspires me is other people's testimony. So I want to be a part of that. I want to inspire somebody. And I want someone to really give their life to Christ. Because tomorrow is not promised for me. And yet, even though I have another video that talks about what I'm talking about now, it's still something that God just wants me to share again. Because I can't be ashamed of saying something. Because I don't want to be ashamed of me. I don't want to be ashamed of me, ever. But when we really start to please him, it just comes so natural. It's uncomfortable. Growing is so uncomfortable. For example, time of the month. You reach a certain age because you're growing. It's painful. It is so painful and uncomfortable, but it's something that just has to happen. This may be a bad example, but it's a good example in a way. I just want you to understand how growing can be very uncomfortable. And if you're a female, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a male, probably not. But if you have a wife or a girlfriend and they have their mood swings, yes, you do have an idea of how painful they can be, okay? But seriously, it's just something that, like I always say, you need to get comfortable in the uncomfortable, because comfort zones can really be the death of us. Because when we get in our comfort zones, we are really just trying to please ourselves in any way that we can instead of pleasing God. Okay. Sorry again. My eyes just... But yeah. But just really trying to please others, it will always be the downfall of us. and we are not really being our true authentic selves because it's draining trying to impress somebody else. Like, this is another moment of honesty. Like, I drink, but I don't drink like how I used to drink. Like, when I first drunk, it was a it was a Mag Dog 2020. It was the Orange Jubilee. Yeah, the Orange Jubilee. I was in New Orleans, and I was like, "Ooh, that looks good." And I just drank it because it looked good, honestly. But as I drank it, I kind of just went through a range of emotions, and I was happy. I was like lying on the side of the street. Then I was sad. Then I was mad. Then I went to sleep. Then I woke up, and I was just like, "What the heck was all that?" You know. But as I as years went by, I still was drinking every time. There was a time that I was drinking every single day. Like, my coworker, she's my friend now, but my coworker would just be like, this girl was really drinking a bottle of wine straight out of work when she was taking me home because I drink every single day. But I was an emotional drinker, I'll say that. But then I kind of just started liking how, okay, let me rewind. Before, I was at a restaurant and I drunk, and I was a host at this restaurant. And when you have certain jobs and you're an introvert, you're gonna be like, okay, I feel so uncomfortable. I just need something that's just gonna loosen me up a bit. So there was a bar like right next to the restaurant. I would go and drink, and then I would go back to work. I drunk on my break now. Then I'll go back to work and just be like, yes, I was just feeling great. And like, hey, welcome to Santa Fe and this and that. Like, yes, I was just mm-hmm, being a fool. Being a fool. Because now I know that nothing should ever make me be somebody other than God. I can never have something to just try to change my personality. But when the more I start putting my confidence in God, the more, and having faith that things are going to turn out exactly how they're supposed to be, and my reason for creation is going to really make a lot of sense, is by putting my confidence and my faith in God and not in a bottle of wine or whatever else I was drinking. So that was that. And just socially drinking, I was just like, okay, I'm a very quiet person. I just want to make an impression on someone and just get their approval. So I would drink to just please someone and just to make me feel worthy that you should be around me. Something that I had to learn. People supposed to like you for you. And that's it. Like I said, I'll still drink, but not to the point that I'm getting sick. Okay. Not to that point. I just have more of a balance now than I did before. So, but at the end of the day, people are supposed to like you for you. Like, I read something that's saying friends are someone who it could be friends or family, friends or someone who knows you very well and likes you anyway. And that's very true. That's very true. Like, I'm gonna like somebody regardless simply because God created them. Like, that's just me. But the main reason I can easily dislike somebody is when they are trying to please somebody else or try to impress somebody by being impressed by themselves. So there's just really a difference in pleasing God and pleasing others. For pleasing God is more of a joyful feeling and more knowledge of why you are here. But pleasing others is just very emotionally draining and just gonna hurt you in the long run because you're not being the person that God created you to be. You're not being your authentic self. So always aim to please God. And by doing that, we have to have faith. But don't let any distraction get in the way of somebody's life that you see may be more better than your life. Nobody is better than anybody. Nobody's life is better than anybody else's. The only way that somebody's life can be better than somebody else's is if one person has God in their life and the other doesn't. And that's just not the truth. All right, I've already reached 30 minutes. Okay. I already hope what I say really resonates with you guys. And just at the end of the day, be you, but just knowing being you is being who God created you to be. I love you guys very much. Thank you for watching. Take care.